What's going on, traders? How y'all doing? Hope this day went good for you. It was a really slow, ugly day for me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First, we're going to start with the Dow. The Dow is slipping. There was slippage yesterday, and it's coming to this point. It's testing this low. So bottom line here is I'm going to draw a line here at 20. What is that line at? 22,954. The bottom line is if this shows that it can't hold this, then of course we're looking for more retracement. We want to see it bounce off of this, even not even get to that and get higher if you're one that's rooting for a bullish market. So like we said, it's still sideways action. No need to panic, but I can tell that stocks have slipped because of this. I had a couple people who talked to me about, like for instance CCL. When I look at see what the market is doing and knowing that 9 out of 10 stocks follow the market, okay, this slippage is kind of what we're seeing. This is why we're seeing some of these stocks take a little bit more of a dip. Let's go to the SPY. The SPY as well. We can see same look. So in the line here that we hope that it stops and returns at is here, or not even go that far down. Okay, so that's pretty much how that one works. Now let's go ahead and get into what I traded today. The first stock that I was looking at this morning was ARPO. And we'll go ahead and share the screen, and we'll see that this is the only trade I took today. It did not work, but here was the deal. It was moving pre-market. It had a first buy area here at 96, but it opened too close, and I didn't feel comfortable getting it there. So I put an order in down here at 89.5, and as we can see, about 45 minutes into the market, it came down here, and it entered me in. And as I'm in, this is what I do for those. Let me make sure you see me. Okay, as soon as I get into a trade, I put my limit order in for what I want to get out at, right? And if you know anything about me, I like to trade. I'm looking for 10% depending on what time it is, okay? And that was still in 10% range. And so I was looking for 10%. So I put my order in for 90, let's see, so basically like 98, 99. Now, as soon as I get in, I do that. Then I do another thing. I set a timer for 12 minutes. So two things will happen. Three things will happen. Either it will come back to my price point that I was looking for before 12 minutes is up, and I'm out and I walk with the money I came to get. Or it will it'll dance for a little bit, and sometimes it'll drop a little bit lower, and then it'll take longer. And I'll give it some time and it'll start bouncing. But if it shows me weakness, I immediately move my order to 5%, showing me that it can't do it. Okay, I'll take 5. The third thing that'll happen is it just can't do it, and then in which I will assess in 12 minutes. So when 12-minute timer comes up, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, so let me show you what I saw. Okay, so at the 12-minute mark, basically this 15-minute candle ended up forming. So the low at this point was 83, if I recall correctly, 83.10. Okay, and so I said, okay, well, I'm in this candle now. Now, this is it's pulled too deep. Once it pulls back too deep, I call it a break-even trade now. Now I'm just looking to break even. And so what I'll do is I'll just set my order for entry, okay, hoping that it gets there. Although I have that order set for entry, I also set my stop. Okay, my stop is the low of this candle. If it shows me that it can't beat this candle, and after my 12 minutes, I've made my assessment, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put a stop here, and I'm going to put a exit order here. So these are the two things that can happen for me. I know my worst case scenario. I know my best case scenario. Okay, and so that's what happened. This one just ended up stopping me out. So be it. So I took a loss on ARPO. And life goes on. So, I move on to the next one, seeing if there's another opportunity. The next stock that I was looking to trade at this point, remember, it was ugly, this pre-market, ugly. And then there was only one stock moving, but I would have had to call the order in. I couldn't just trade it through the computer, so I just said whatever. But anyway, EFOI was the next stock that I was looking at. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen, and let's go to that one. Okay, EFOI had some movement, and I apologize because this one moved early, and I was trying to chase it and see if I can find me a way to get into the stock, and it just didn't present itself. So number one is the First buy was at 45.5. That's where I was trying to get in. You see it came down. It didn't come down close enough and get us. And then it ran, man, run very good. Okay. So now I have two options. I have my high volume play and my MA play. Okay. So high volume is predicated off the 5-minute candle. And I usually like a little bit of time to be set. But you can see this is on the 15-minute candle. But this is where the high volume was. This is where all the buyers showed up. And that's why you can see when price came back here, look what it did. It bounced back up each time. Okay, so 2 times it came to this area, it bounced back up because that's where all the buyers were that really moved the chart today. So I didn't get that opportunity to play it there because I felt it was, if you go into the 5-minute candle, I think that was at 60. It was up here. And I just felt like it was too high. For me to take that test, to test that, so to speak. And so I didn't. And so, then it came into the MA, and I actually had an order in at 55.5, but it was coming in at 9 o'clock. And my rule just states that I don't trade after 9. So guess what I did? I just canceled it, and I canceled it right in time because it did come close, but it came to like 56 something. Bounce gave you a couple pennies, nothing that you needed that you was looking for, and then it dropped, and I have no idea where it's at now. But the point is, I stuck to my game plan. My game plan says once 9 comes, the market to you is closed. You don't look at the market again until 11:45 West Coast time, and look at the last hour to see if there's going to be a breakout. That's what I will do. Outside of that, I'm done. So the biggest thing, even with a losing day, which is the first losing day I've had in May, I've been on a tear for the month of May, and I'm happy with everything. I'm happy with what happened today because I stuck to my plan. Being a good trader is about sticking to your plan and being disciplined. That's all being a good trader is. As long as you have strategies that are proven to work, all you have to do at that point is be disciplined. So sometimes people want, sometimes people say, yeah, I'm down this, down that. The real question that I would have is, what is the strategy that you're using, and are you disciplined to it? Because it could be a strategy problem, okay, meaning the strategy is not profitable, okay, or it could be a discipline problem, and that's you. That the discipline is all you, has nothing to do with the charts, nothing to do with the stock, has everything to do with you. So even when I take a loss, when I go through I go back and look at everything, and I ask myself, did I do everything that I was supposed to do? And as long as I can say yes, I am A-okay with the loss. But when I'm doing stuff that I know I ain't got no business doing, that it does not fit and fall in with the plan, I had a plan. As soon as I got in, I knew what I was going to do. I had a timetable that I was going to let this trade play out for. I had a limit order for where I wanted to get out. And I knew where the stop would be based on the closing of the 15-minute candle. So I got a plan all the way through. I got a plan for the good, I got a plan for the sideways, and I got a plan for the bad. And if you don't do that, man, you're taking away a good opportunity of being a good trader, because that means you're not disciplined. And that's where most people will find their problems. Okay? All right, y'all. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have something worthwhile to look at. See you guys tomorrow. Make it a good day.